Hello, everybody. This is Carol from Friendly Quail. Thanks for joining me today. I'm doing one of my videos with the Carol Anna Challenge, hashtag Carol Anna Challenge, where I'm doing this with Anna from Made by Granath in Sweden. And we have a list of things that we need to put in our journal, doing a nature theme. Writing board, Dutch door, birds, mushroom, garden gnome, child, bees, dog, coin window, owl, squirrel, and stamps. And I've already checked off Dutch door, birds, bees, and squirrel. So today I'm going to be working on a writing board. And I might not be able to finish it because I'll have to let some things dry. But if I have time, I'll work on a belly band pocket that I want to do for it. So, without further ado, let's work on the Secret Garden writing board. I'm in a goofy mood today. I added some things to the cover. I added some labels on the back. I added this black trim along the edge of the fabric on the front and the back. And this is done one of those laser cut things from the dollar store, and so is this that I float apart, and it is embossed with black embossing powder. And then I have a couple of labels that I added on here. So these things are new that weren't on when I was working on the cover itself. So I'm going to put that aside. And when I went to get the black embossing powder, I found a couple of Tim Holtz things that I picked up. This one is the different, like some all birds, and what do they call it? A curated collection of salvaged elements used for layering. And then this, I found transparencies, and I did use one of the butterflies in my book already, so you haven't seen it yet though. And then I found this on clearance for $1. These are bumblebee paper clips. So I'm going to put that in. I got that too. So for the writing board, I'm going to use a book cover from another Reader's Digest book. And I'm going to work on that right now. And I need to cut it down a little bit. And I think I kind of scored a mark. Let's see here. I went to the eye doctor today, so hopefully I can do this without cutting myself. I have my eyes dilated. It's also starting to get dark. I went to the doctor, or had an ultrasound on my legs to see how my vein procedure went that I had last week. One on each leg, 2 different days. This is a thick board, so I'm just kind of going along and letting it do a little bit at a time here. Oh, come on, I moved it. Anyway, they said that the veins in the upper leg closed well and everything was doing great. I thought I put a new blade on here. Unless they dull that fast. Okay. Almost. I can feel it. It's all the way through down to here. There. And I do need to cut a little bit off one end, just a little bit. And I might break the blade off. Put a new one. Okay. And I know it's for sure very sharp. Okay. So anyway, I went to the vein doctor this morning. Then I had to go with my husband he got his hearing tested. But it was at Costco, so that's where he gets his hearing aids from. And we needed to shop. I almost feel like I should stand up to do this. I think I will. I'm getting there, though. This really thick board. Ah! Moved again. I just don't want it to stick out, and it's the same height as the cover. You hear me grunting here? I'm going to be sanding it too. Almost there. There we go. Okay, whew, did it. This closed up. Okay, now I think I'm going to pull the book cloth off here because I'm afraid it'll come off if I don't. This on another one just to make sure. I had never done this before, so I was looking at videos to see what other people have done. And Catherine Brown Clark did some, and but I decided I'm going to take this off. Should be able to get everything off of it and just have a board. I did one that I actually have ready for the next stage because I knew that it would have to, let's get this. I knew that I would have to let it dry and it wouldn't dry fast enough. So I know this works. I don't like using that because I'm kind of gouging it. Anyway, we had one appointment. I had my appointment in the morning, then we went to Costco and he had his appointment, and then we came home and put away groceries, and then I went to get my eyes checked and got them dilated, so my husband went with me for that, and now he's at a woodworkers meeting, so I thought, oh, I gotta get this video made and I can get it done when he's not here, but it's starting to get dark. We have daylight savings now, but it's still, so hopefully I can get this done before too long. Anyway, here we go. If I can get this, I'll bet I can get the rest of the way off. Okay, now I want to round the corners so I can cut off a little knob on the corner, because then I can sand it and it won't take me forever. I should have a little bowl like you do, Anna, because I'm not. I've got stuff flying all over the place. But I guess I'll just have to clean it up later. Okay, so now I just cut a little nub off each of the corners. Let me get this put away so I don't cut myself on it. At least. Okay. And then I take my sanding block, and you can kind of brush it around the edge and off of the edge to round it. If you do it kind of toward the edge, like this way, you can lift up some of that, the layers of the cardboard. And that one looks pretty good. So then I'll just round the rest of them, plus the side where I cut it. I'm going to be doing that as well. I got a little bit of paper on there yet. So anyway, okay, so the veins are doing good. Next week I get the next step. The worst part is over. What I had done, I've got bruises on my leg. It's the upper from my knee up. I have bruises, and it's a little tender where I had the procedure done. But it's going to be a lot better than what they used to have to do. Where they had to take the vein out. It's really interesting because you have, it's a superficial vein. It's close to the surface. And what happens with varicose veins is that your valves, it's working against gravity. So you have valves that when your heart beats, it pushes the blood up, and then the valve closes to keep it from leaking down backwards. And sometimes, like when you get older, and if you've had a job where you're on your feet a lot and things, those valves start to fail, and you have more than one vein that takes blood up. So they can take one out, or what they do now is they actually collapse it, and then your blood has to find one of the other ways to get back up to your heart. And it does it. And most people have two veins that go back up to the heart. A certain percentage, like 40%, have more than two. I have 3 in one leg and 4 in the other. So I'm really odd because I don't even have the same number in each leg. So I got plenty of veins to take over. Then they're fine at this point, so I don't have to worry about it. But I was having so much pain in my legs. It really was aching, and I'd go to bed at night and lay down, and it would just hurt. And I couldn't even sleep. Okay, now I've got all the corners. round it off. Now, the next step, and this is the one I've already done on another board, because this is, I ripped that paper off and there had been glue on here. I used black gesso and I painted it over the entire board. And so magic, ta-da, here it is painted. It's the same. I did exactly the same thing. And I painted the black gesso on each side of the board. So now I'm going to put some things on, and this also is going to take some time to dry. How are we doing on time so far? Oh, we're 15 minutes already. So this, and I hope the light's okay because it's starting to get a little darker. I'm going to use Mod Podge, and what I did is I made, I gotta find my other one. Here it is. I made two things that are going to fit right on here with just a little tiny bit of an edge. And so this one is a page from Edith Holden's book, and it's nice thick paper. And I put some labels on, and look what I've got, an owl. I fussy cut an owl and glued that on there. And then on the other side, I'm going to have this, which is just some cardstock that I cut to size with some labels and a fussy cut mushroom. This is also out of an Edith Holden book. So that's what I'm going to have on my writing board. Now what I'm going to do is Mod Podge it on, and I have to do one side and let it dry, and then do the other. And then later I'm going to use this matte varnish and put that on as a top layer. That'll make it extra hard, and it will also keep it from being sticky, which sometimes Mod Podge can get. Sometimes I use this matte gel instead, because it doesn't get as sticky. Or I use Mod Podge and then I put on wax. I've got some beeswax, and I don't melt it on though. I just have some that I rub on. So I'm going to just put some Mod Podge on here. I probably should have put some of this out in a little bowl or lid or something. I did already glue the pieces onto the part I'm, putting on. But I'm going to put the Mod Podge on here and lay it on, and then I'm going to go over it again. So I want to make sure I get this lined up right. I'll have a little bit of time to get it. I don't want it crooked and it keeps moving. Okay. I need to get something to clean off my hands. And I should have put my mat down. At least with a glass mat, it cleans up really easily. Okay, so let's see here. think what I might do is put the other side on before I put the layer on top. I think I've got it. Nice and flat there. Let's flatten out a little bit here. I think everything else is okay. Get that. Okay. Now I'm going to do this side. Okay. So let's see. Tomorrow my husband goes to the heart doctor because he's going to be having surgery, cataract surgery and carpal tunnel surgery. And they want him to see the cardiologist to make sure it's okay for him to be put out. To get the anesthetic. And they work with a lot of old people down in Florida. So they know what they're doing. Alrighty, get this one on. Now I want to make sure that I'm putting it on the right way. So it's not upside down on one side. Now you could do this with any cardboard. You want it to be a little bit thicker cardboard though, because if it's not a thick cardboard, it's going to be too thin to work as a writing board. And what a writing board is for is to put underneath your pages when you're writing on them, so that when you have a pocket or something underneath, it makes it even so you can write on it a little bit easier. So, okay. Right. Now I'm going to do a layer of Mod Podge on top, and like I said, I will for the final coat put this matte varnish on it. So when I went to the eye doctor, I had to make an appointment to see a specialist who fits. I have what's called keratoconus, and it's an irregular shaped cornea. I have it in both eyes. One side is a lot worse. Well, I used to wear contacts, and I haven't been able to wear contacts lately because it's my eyes are so dry, and it just felt like there was sand in my eyes. So I've been wearing glasses, but I don't really get good vision with glasses. Like right now, I'm not even wearing my glasses because up close with one eye, I can see really well since I had cataract surgery many years ago. I guess cataracts come from sun damage, and I had been a lifeguard a lifetime ago when I was young, late teens, early 20s, taught swimming lessons and lifeguarded. Okay. Now, I can't turn it over and do the other side yet. So I'm going to move it aside and let it dry. But you've seen enough that you know what to do. All right. So I got this out so that I could let's see here. Yeah, I think this is everything. And sorry about that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to use one of these business envelopes and make what I call a belly band pocket. So I'm going to want something inside of it that I'm going to glue inside of it, and I'm going to be ending up cutting. You could cut this apart totally if you wanted, but what I'm going to do is first cut this off about, I can let this be a little bit bigger than, what is that? Let's see. I think I'm going to make it about 2 1/4. And I've got this right inside, so I'm going to cut that at the same time. Okay. So now I've got, this side's a little bit bigger than this, but that's okay. So I'm going to be gluing this inside. I may as well do that right away. This is the same paper that I used for the back of the writing board, or the one side of the writing board. I pulled this one out. I haven't used this one for a while. I have a couple of these. So I'm going to put some glue on it and then put that inside the envelope. And so that'll be in there. I think probably a little bit of this will get cut off. This one just is not coming out good. Okay. Temporarily put this aside. I'm going to use it right away again though. And I'm going to put this inside of here. And even though I did it with it in, I didn't get it all the way in there again. So I've got a little bit sticking out. Okay. Just going to take that little whisker off. Okay. Now I need to make it the right size for the book, and my pages are 7 1/4. So I'm going to cut it off at 7 1/4. All right. So you can see this is in here the whole way, and this window will be open, but I'll be able to put a tag in here, and I will glue this shut. I got my other bottle. Now that this is in here and cut off the right size, I'm going to glue it shut. Okay. Get the things back in here. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing is covering up the white. And I'm going to put the glue right on here, and I'm just going to have it go over the edge a little bit and then cut it off. Oh, I just put it all the way, and I think I'm going to finish gluing it down later after I put this other part down here so that they weave. All right. I will have to cut part of this off. It's not cut the right size. And it's still up here so that I can get underneath that. Let's see here. Let's just cut this like this where I can see it better. And I'm cutting it even, the side of the envelope, which is hard for you to see because it's white. They're both white back here. And I could have done should have done that on right here by the window here. I got this ready the other day and I just didn't think about this part. And this part's actually going to get covered up. I'm going to take another piece of paper and just cut a chunk off. And put that on like this. I like the window pockets. Sometimes it's really pretty. You can see a picture of what you have on your there we go. I like that you can see the picture. Can't seem to talk and do that at the same time. Okay, so that I'll just do the next side here, and I have this. I'm just gonna cut a chunk off. Now this is cardstock, and I'm putting that, it's going to go on the whole way down so that it'll be a stiffer thing, but then I'm going to put paper over here as when I get done. So it's only going to be skinny on here. Okay, line that up where I want it. This side will be easier to see where I'm cutting. So even though this end part's going to be covered up, it's going to reinforce that whole edge so that the cardstock stiffens it up so that it doesn't rip very easy when you're putting your tag in and out. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to do this last part, and I'm going to kind of fold that one up. And I'm going to put this on here. Again, I could have should have done the edge. I'm going to lift this up. It's got something on there. It's on the inside. Probably from, I need a new dauber thing. Okay. I'm just going to put it on and cut it off around the edge. That way I can kind of make the pattern even. All right. Oh, I got a cramp in my hand. All right, and now I'm going to glue down this last part. So now they're woven. Each one is under and over another one. Now this will get glued on the page, top and bottom, and I will probably decorate it a little bit. But I'll worry more about what's on the tag that'll shine through there, but I might put some little things on there. And I will, of course, do this. And that's going to be my belly band pocket for in my nature secret garden journal. Next time when we come back, I'm making up a story that I'm going to put in the book, and I'm kind of planning for decorating using that story. So I think it'll be enjoyable for you. And I'm going to end now, and make sure that you go over to Anna's Made by Grenache, her YouTube channel. I have it listed in the description, and check out what she's doing with the challenge, because we're both making sure we do some of the same things, but they look very, 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 very different. So I love hers, and I love mine too. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I'll finish up my writing board once I can get the other side done, and I'll show it to you in the next video. So thanks for being with me. I really appreciate it. Do something today that makes you happy. Do something that brings you joy. That's how we can have contentment in life. And until the next time, thanks for being here. Bye.